Hello, this is your instructor speaking here, Emil. So, week 4 and 5. So, what's up with that? Overview. So, the main task here is going to be task C. And there are also some 2 checkpoints, 4 and 5. There's a review one. But as I said, task C. So, what is task C? Make sure you read about it, but it's essentially the extended task B. So now we are going to find solutions backed up by solid research. And the hardest thing is, and this I think there are two. It's using the MHCC database and creating a decision matrix. I would say 3 as well. Paraphrasing, which is part of bodybuilding, but you have the opportunity to read about paraphrasing in chapter 4, I believe, and chapter 5 talks about how to use sources. So that's why I'm going to focus only on doing research. So let's say I'm going to focus. So how do you do research? So you have to go to MHCC library, MHCC edu/library, and when you get there, hopefully you don't have to suffer through putting your password like I did earlier. So I did find my password and I went in. So this is, you should go to databases, right? So from, you were here, you're at the library website, and here you have options. Go to article databases, and that window lands you here. Featured databases. So there are several options here. I'm going to pick the first one. So it's called academic research. Looks like I do have to, unfortunately, go through. I already opened this, and so I was in the wrong browser. And yes. So now this is, you go to the box, the search box. So let's say you're doing the problem of lack of diversity. So you gotta put those keywords. So if you're talking about lack of diversity, just start typing diversity as a keyword. So this website prompts you, gives you options already. I'm gonna click on diversity, equity, inclusion in the workplace. And I get 81 articles. They show you 20 articles per page, but apparently there are 81. When you look at this on the left side, you can see that you can limit your findings to full text, and that's what you want. You want the full text, so you can potentially read it full text. And now you go from 81 to 56, so you only have 56 results to review. Now, should you review all 56? You could probably find something in the very beginning. So what I do to find a good article, I just read these abstracts. And I'm thinking, okay, so does this fit my interests? Do I understand what they're talking about? Because there are a lot of options here, right? So I read this first article. I didn't read the abstract. And it could be useful. It's talking about the lack of, it basically confirms that there is a lack of diversity in, what industry is this? Something called HSPR, the Health Service and Policy. So it's in health services, okay? So I thought, okay, that's cool, interesting. Moving on. This is leveraging diversity, equity, and inclusion for promoting wellness in radiology workplace. So from the title, you already know what it's going to be about, leveraging. So basically, using for, you know, using diversity, equity, inclusion to great results, and why it's important. Also in the health industry. Then you go to the one that I was attracted to, and I read 3, 4, 5, all could be good. I was intrigued by this one, teaching diversity, equity, and inclusion in aviation education. So, and you can open the full text, and you can read it then. Okay, so in addition to be able to get amazing articles to back up your research in your memo, you can also find links here on the right side. You can save things to your drive, you can print them, you can send them to your email, or you can just create a what's called a permalink. So permalink is basically a link that will send the reader to this very article, and you can put that in Works Cited along with the other information. So you can also cite, and this button, you press on button, and it says save citations to a file formatted for well, these are type of files that you can use to create citations. I'm not talking about that necessarily, but that's also, let's see what this does. Yeah, so citation formats. So here you can have, it's a automatic generator. So here you have how you can cite this in MLA. So you just copy this and paste at the end of your document, which takes me to the next topic, which is how you create that decision matrix. Okay, so I'm going to create a blank document. I'm going to pretend this is going to be my memo. I'm just going to show you how to create the decision matrix. Works Cited. This is not how it's supposed to look. I'm just using as a blank piece of paper, just going to demonstrate. So in Works Cited, you know, you want to use MLA format. So for example, if I want to quickly get this citation because I use that article, I can quickly copy and attach it under the Works Cited, and I'm going to keep text only. So here you're supposed to have it's called a hanging line. Here you go to line and paragraph spacing, you go to line spacing options, you go to special hanging, and so that will give you the second line, and when you cite, you're supposed to be kind of hanging off. So that starts with A. So let's say you have somebody, you know, with B, then Brown Bob, you know. So that would, if you have somebody like that, then that's how, where you would put it. But anyway, decision matrix, you're gonna read about it in your memo, directions in an overview. But basically, it's a box that forces you to make the best decisions. So I'm gonna create a box. I need a table about 4 by 3. I calculated. So let's see, insert table, insert table 4 by 3. What's happening here? 4 by 3. I think we were stuck in there. 4 by 3. Okay, so we have 4 by 3, yes. So the first, it's gonna be strategies, and on the columns, and the rows are going to go for criteria. Actually, criteria would be here, and total. So now I realize that I have to divide this, insert another table in the criteria, and I have to delete some things. Let's see. Delete columns. It's not exactly what I wanted. So it looks like I have to make it actually bigger. I have to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So I'm going to try this again. And I'm gonna still do it 4 by 5, and here I'm gonna have my strategies. Here I'm going to have criteria 1 price, criteria 2 symbolism. I will explain what I'm talking about. Criteria 3 quality, and total. Strategies would be buying a car from a car dealer, average individual versus auction. So, okay, I'm going to explain because this is very mysterious what I'm trying to do here. So, basically, decision matrix, you can make it about anything. Like, you're trying to make a decision. In the memo instructions they're talking about a family that wants to create the best living conditions for their elderly mother, and they're considering some strategies and also what criteria they have for her well-being, like whether she should, whether that's a financial decision or if it's a more emotional decision, and so on. And they have different numbers, meaning like how much they believe in the importance of that criteria. So for example, I'm taking the car, buying a car. So I want to buy a car. And for what's important for me is the price, symbolism that the car, I mean, I'm joking, but of course people, I'm not joking, like a car says something about you, right? It has a certain symbolism. So that's what I mean. Ultimately, for me personally, so I would rate symbolism, I'm going to take these numbers out because I think they're going to confuse us with the importance that we put on these different criteria. I know this is not the best table, but it's not too shabby either. Mechanical quality, I should say. So as far as quality, I would say this is very important for me. So from, it's probably 9. I don't want to spend money. Fix cars. Price, that's also important, but I mean, so price is extremely important, probably more than mechanical quality. Again, I don't know how that works, but this is just an example. Symbolism, do I care about symbolism, what it says about me? I'm going to put that as a 3, not very important. I don't really care what people are going to think, so I'm just going to put a 3 there. Maybe even lower, I don't know. So, and then where am I going to buy that car from? Strategies. Am I likely to buy it from a car dealer, the average individual, or an auction. I would also maybe I would highlight this and make a different color. Let's see, paint, shading. What happens if I do this? Oh, look at that, pretty. Okay, so I made these different colors just to, you know, make it pretty somewhat. Total. Let's make this purple. Love colors. Let's make it nice pink. Okay, cool. Alright, so a car dealer. How likely am I to go to a car dealer to buy? I don't like car dealers. So I'm going to say, but you know, CarMax is alright. So I would say, and I bought good cars at CarMax, so I'm going to say a 9. And individual, actually that's less like I'm going to buy, but I'll be saying a 6 because you probably get a good deal, perhaps. Auction, very unlikely I'm going to go to an auction. I just put that for kicks. Just as, okay, so then you calculate 9 times 10, 90. 3 times 9, 27. 9 times 9, 81. Alright. Average individual is 60. 6 times 3 is 18. 9 times 6 is 54, I believe. 2 times 10 is 20. 3 times 2 is 6. And 9 times 2 is 18. Alright, so total. And then you total these. 90 plus 27 is 117. 117 plus 81 is 8. I'm doing actually in my head. 9. 198. I think. Is that correct? 107. Whatever. Somewhere there. Okay. 78 plus 54. 78 plus 54. It's 132. Correct me if I'm wrong, but and 24 plus 20, 44. Okay, so clearly going to a car dealer is my best option. So problem solved. So use this for your memo. I think those are the hardest things right now. Paraphrasing is something that you should know, should have known for a long time now. It's not easy, and it's also in those chapters I felt like how to create the decision matrix was underrepresented in the lecture or the overview, and the memo, you already had the memo format. You have an example in the overview, and also the research is there's reading on it. However, I wanted to show how easy it is, relatively saying that, because I had a good strategy. I made sure that my password was working beforehand, and I also checked to see if the problem of diversity really had research, and it was quick to find, and then I did find it, and then when I made the video, so I wouldn't have to waste too much time or go on a false track. So that's it. We have Zoom meetings every Sunday. If you have more questions, 12 o'clock on Sunday, Zoom. I usually send the link an hour before or so. So, yeah. Alrighty. I will speak with you later. Bye.